All right, guys, I didn't want to commentate this game, but the NFL begged me to do it.
Donald, you know that's a lie. The NFL told you were banned from commentating moving forward. You're the one who threatened to increase the taxes if they didn't let you do this.
Fake news right there, Obama. Where's your old boy Joe? I thought he was my commentating partner tonight.
Sadly, he went to go to the bathroom and fell asleep.
That is the funniest thing I have heard so far.
Anyway, Donald, tonight we have a game between Bengals and the Commanders.
We have a snooze fest tonight. Nobody is looking forward to this matchup. It's like Joe being president. It puts people to sleep.
I'm here. Sorry, everyone. I had important presidential meetings.
You mean with your solid two? Obama already spilled the beans, Joe.
Yeah, my fault, Joe.
Fine, I was using the bathroom. It's not that big of a deal.
Nah, Joe, don't even lie. You fell asleep in there. Obama already told us everything.
Anyway, Donald, the Bengals are kicking a field goal here. This is our first points of the game.
Joe, did you just say "are"? So you're a Bengals fan? You just said last week you were a Chiefs fan. I guess that golf match idea wasn't a good idea.
Donald, I misspoke. I was trying to actually talk about this game. You're getting off topic.
Fine, Sleepy Joe. I'll keep to the topic then. The Commanders are from Washington, D.C. Did you know that, Sleepy Joe? It's the place you're about to be banned from?
Donald, this is about the teams, not about the place they are from.
Fine, Joe. Let's talk about the teams then. The Commanders this offseason finally got rid of their old corrupt owner, someone everyone wanted to be removed for a while now. Sounds like the American people, doesn't it, Joe?
Donald, why can't you just stick to football? This isn't a place to just take personal shots at me.
I warned the NFL would happen if they put me on this game.
Let's just give our predictions for the Bengals Ring of Honor players.
I'm going to go with Corey Dillon. You already know I'm a good judge of running backs.
Somehow I feel like this will find its way back to being about Chase Brown.
No, Chase Brown is going to be a Hall of Famer first.
I have never seen someone get more overhyped in my life.
Joe, just give your Ring of Honor predictions.
It's a hard choice. I just love all the nominees, Donald.
Sleepy Joe, don't tell me you already forget who got nominated.
Yeah, Joe, this is looking pretty bad for you. You got mad at Donald for not talking about football, and now you forgot the players.
I didn't forget the players. I'm going with Chad Johnson.
Sleepy Joe, he was inducted last year. You got to be kidding me.
I misspoke, Donald. I meant Boomer Esiason.
He was literally the other guy's inducted. Is this a punk on me? Where are the cameras? This can't be serious.
Yeah, I'll be honest, Joe. This isn't looking good for you. Did you not look at the list of nominees?
Especially with all that time you spent in the bathroom, you would think he would somewhat be prepared.
Give me a break, guys. I have a lot going on. I did look at the list. I just forgot. At my age, it's pretty normal.
I'm literally your age, Sleepy Joe. Don't worry, I'll send the list to Clinton's email.
Come on, Donald, just send him the actual list.
Thank you, Donald, for finally sending me it. After looking at the list, I'll go with Jim Brees.
I guess bringing it back to the game. Touchdown, Zach Moss. So the Bengals are already blowing out these poor Commanders.
That's my boy, Zach. Getting the job done as always.
HM, you just have trained him. Because by the end of the season, he will be number 2 to Chase Brown.
So now that you both are here, am I free to leave? I was only here to fill in for Joe.
No, Obama. You have to stay here and help defend poor Joe when he gets his feelings hurt.
My son's not a loser. You're the loser.
That was random. I think Sleepy Joey is still programmed on the debate from the other night.
Joe, are you okay? That was kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah, my bad, guys. I don't know what happened. I kind of just blanked out.
Well, Joe, what you can't blank out is the fact Joe Burrow is going to have another touchdown drive here.
It's truly amazing hearing you belittle me every week for predicting things. Then you go ahead and do it yourself.
Sleepy Joe, I don't know why you don't understand. What I do is predict. What you do is jinx. There's a difference.
Well, your prediction was wrong, Donald. Joe didn't score off that drive, and now it's time for the Commanders to make a comeback.
And now Sleepy Joe is a Commanders fan. You just make fun of yourself at this point. I don't even have to do anything.
I'll admit Donald might be right here, Joe. You need to think before you speak sometimes.
Obama, are you seriously teaming up with Donald?
No, Joe, I'm a neutral mediator. I'm just here to make sure nothing crazy happens. I'm going to agree with whatever side I think is right at the moment, whether that's you or Donald.
It's okay, Obama. You can finally see the truth and agree with the correct side.
Anyway, Donald, the Commanders are finally about to score. Only took them a quarter and a half.
At least we are getting closer to halftime.
I understand the Commanders are losing at the moment, but they could still come back. The Bengals failing to score touchdowns could be their downfall this game.
It's that Bengals defense. I told you the last couple weeks, Joe, it's dangerous. It's what's going to win this team a Super Bowl. Lou Anarumo is a magician on defense.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that one, Donald. Their defense is deadly. The problem is Joe Burrow starting off this season slow.
Burrow is just shaking off the rust. He's going to be 2-1 after this game. He will be fine long term. This schedule is easy after
Money
this.
Mac has been a superpower weapon tonight so far. He's been money on this field goals.
See Joe right there. You're trying to jinx him. So he misses the field goal. You have to wait till after he kicks it to talk, not before.
My fault, Donald. He made the field goal anyway.
That's because he's Money Mac.
At this point, they should just call this game at halftime.
Weren't you just saying the Commanders could come back? You were just explaining how they could flip this whole game around? Now you want to call it at halftime?
After doing 3 games in a row, it's starting to take a toll on me. It's not easy sitting here watching nothingness for an hour.
Imagine the American people having to watch that from you being president for the last 4 years.
Joe, you kind of set yourself up for that one.
Listen, I'm just being honest. Every time I'm honest, it doesn't need to turn in a shot at me.
And Joe, I agree right there. I'm just being honest as well. See, Joe, when I insult you, you insult me. That's how it works. Just because you can't think of insults doesn't mean I won't insult you.
Anyway, Donald, Money Mac is about to kick another field goal here. Finally, we are at halftime.
Good job, Sleepy Joe. You finally are learning.
Well, the Bengals are starting off the second half with the ball. Already being up 20 points, this might get bad.
I wonder if I can buy a Money Mac jersey off the NFL shop. Should be the Bengals' best-selling jersey at the moment.
I feel like Joe Burrow is the best-selling jersey. He's their franchise quarterback. Cincinnati loves him.
Eventually, it's going to be Chase Brown as the #1 seller, once he starts to get some actual carries.
I refuse to buy his jersey just because of you, Donald.
And his jersey sales would skyrockets times 100.
Donald, I'm not saying you should use the fast-forward thing again, but I wouldn't be against it.
I'll fast forward until something interesting happens. I'm not going to go crazy this time. I got in trouble for it.
The first time you decide not to go crazy. And this is the time you chose to be normal.
Joe, that's actually a good insult. I'm surprised I didn't know you had it in you.
Fine, I'll go crazy with it. This game is crap anyway. If the Commanders come back, I'll hate the Heat as I always do.
Donald, I think you meant take the heat.
Yeah, something Joe could never do.
Anyway, Donald, the Bengals play the Panthers next week. I wonder if they will put us on that game as well.
We should do a drinking game. Take a shot every time Joe says Donald.
Well, unlike you, Donald, I don't create immature nicknames. I actually address people by their real names.
It's because you can't handle insults. You hope by doing that people won't insult you. But I'm here to tell you, it won't stop me. Insulting you, oh Sleepy Joe, is my favorite hobby.
One of my favorite hobbies is knitting, actually. I made a scarf last week. This was a blue one.
Joe, see, that's the problem. Donald just insulted you and you turned it into something dumb. You got to insult him back. Say something about his hobby being cheated with Stormy Daniels.
Obama, don't help this man out. Let him sit and sig by himself.
I'm just trying to even the playing field, Donald. It's getting pretty bad at this point.
Anyway, guys, the game's almost over here. The Commanders are definitely going to have to do a complete rebuild, especially with how bad they started this year so far.
Yeah, I agree, a complete change to D.C. It's definitely a must at this point.
Thank the Lord this game is almost over at this point. With 26-point lead, the Bengals once again shows how great they are.
And it looks like poor old Joe's stamina is running out.
And the rest of the game will be beautiful elevator music.
I guess I'm now by myself as a commentator for the rest of this game. This is actually just sad at this point. The man comes into this game asleep, and now he's asleep yet again.
I can confirm he went back into the bathroom. He's definitely about to go back to sleep.
And that's the games, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us tonight. Make sure to join us in November as well.